Greetings, everyone. I am Senator Adrienne Johnson of the 30th Legislative District. Welcome to today's episode of our multimedia show, In the District. This is where we meet with great community leaders and learn more about their organizations, the efforts that they are making to ensure that our communities are thriving, making sure that our communities are a better place to live, work, and recreate, as well as to amplify the great work they are doing in the 30th District and Lake County. New episodes will be uploaded on our social media platforms, including Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify, to make the information shared as accessible as possible. If you would like to participate in one of our videos, please contact our office at 847-672-6201 or at senatoradriennejohnson.com. Today, we are so pleased to have Tameka Wilson, Executive Director of YouthBuild Lake County. Thank you so much, Tameka, for being our guest today and for the amazing work you are doing at YouthBuild Lake County and all that you have done in our community.
Thank you, Senator Johnson. It's a pleasure to be here today.
Great. I'm glad to have you on the show. I just want to share before we get started, it was such a pleasure visiting with your North Chicago site and getting to meet all of the young program participants, and then just to have an opportunity to see the great work you're doing. So thank you for that tour. Thank you for the opportunity to visit your site in North Chicago.
Well, it's always a great honor to have one of our elected officials, public servants, as I like to call you all, to come visit with us. You all are doing a great service to provide programs like YouthBuild with the necessary funding to do the work that we're doing, and to provide our young adults with the opportunity to gain the education and the training and the workforce development that they need in order to move forward and be successful as they're engaging in our program.
Yeah, that was really fascinating. The fact that these kids are able to acquire these transferable work skills and to help them thrive and to get jobs. So impressed. I'm so impressed with the work you're doing. So Tameka, before we get started, I know we have a few prepared questions. Would you like to make any additional remarks before we get started?
Well, I mean, I can not necessarily. We can certainly kind of just dive in and talk a little bit about YouthBuild and what's going on.
Sounds like a plan. So just for starters, would you provide some additional insight for our viewers about the mission and the vision of YouthBuild North Chicago, Lake County, sorry?
Certainly, yeah. So YouthBuild is, we're a 501c3 located in North Chicago. We serve 16 to 24-year-old young adults from throughout Lake County. We've been here for about 18 years, serving the community, and we provide education and training and life skills development to these young adults who are seeking to transform their lives. We are basically helping to build the community by building and rebuilding these lives of these young adults, one person at a time.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of supports and wraparound services that are provided. All of our young people are low income. Most of them have dropped out of school at some point, and they are coming to us hoping to gain skills in the areas of construction, healthcare, transportation, distribution, and logistics, or information technology. And if we're not offering one of the industries that they're interested in, we're often helping those young people to gain a high school diploma or some job training, and then helping them to navigate into post-secondary or college or vocational training in an area that they are interested in.
That's great. Yes, as I mentioned, really impressed with the great work you're doing on behalf of YouthBuild Lake County. So, Tameka, would you like to share some additional services that your organization offers?
Certainly. So as I mentioned, we do offer a high school diploma completion. So 70% or more of our students are coming to us, our members, as we like to call them, are coming to us without a high school diploma. So we are working with them to gain that high school diploma. In addition to that, we're doing hands-on training, on-the-job training, alongside of an industry recognized credential. At least everyone is leaving with at least one industry recognized credential. And that's really, really important, because our goal is to see our young people employed with a living wage, sustainable employment as they leave us, or going into, as I mentioned, post-secondary education or college. But that industry recognized credential is something that can't be taken away when they leave our program. It's something that's going on your resume. That training is something that is going on a resume, and it's something that sets them apart from their peers. It's something that is going to make them marketable as they're applying in a competitive job market. So we want to make sure that we're helping them to obtain those credentials. In addition to that, we're also offering social emotional wellness support, childcare assistance, transportation assistance, leadership development, goal setting. There's a full case management and wraparound supports that are offered during what is essentially about an 8 to 9 month program. So we have typically 2 entry points for our program. There's one typically in the spring, so we started in April, and then there's another that will be starting up this fall that usually runs concurrent with the school year.
Sure, great. Thank you very much for sharing that. And yes, those are skills that they will carry on in the future. And you're right, no one can take it away from them, and they will get really good jobs. That's the goal. So thanks very much. Now, I know when we met, we talked a little bit about some of your legislative priorities, but are there any additional legislative priorities that you would like to discuss? I know session is almost over. I think we have to go back next week or two, but what are some of your other legislative priorities?
Certainly. So, I think one of the common threads across the county and the state is certainly going to be workforce development and training. There is certainly a wide array of individuals who were devastated with COVID in 2020. And whether it's that the individuals who were in high school and lost the last couple of years, year and a half of being face to face with their teachers, and are going to need some skill development that they would have otherwise been able to receive in person, or individuals who may have been in a certain field that they're not going to be able to go back to work in the same manner that they were working previously. There's a lot of retraining or training into different industries that needs to take place. And YouthBuild wants to be a part of that. YouthBuild wants to make sure that we are offering opportunities in the community for individuals who are looking for placement and training to come to our program seeking that. Again, we're working with young adults, so we are 16 to 24-year-olds, but we are a Department of Labor pre-apprenticeship program. Okay. Our programs are all free. There is no cost to the individual to attend our program, and in many cases, the individual is going to receive a stipend while they're actually in training with us. And we do assist with placement. We have a wide array and variety of employer partners who work with us to see our graduates placed after they complete our program. So our legislative priorities include youth workforce development, apprenticeships, and various career pathways, as well as affordable housing and community development. And we haven't touched on that yet. But YouthBuild, and the build in our name, really focuses on the fact that we spend a lot of time training our young people in the trades. So we are doing every aspect of building or rehabbing affordable housing, residential housing here in North Chicago. We're partnering currently with Renew Communities and Matthew Homes on 2 residential projects, gut rehabs, and our young people learn every aspect of what it takes to do that work, so that when a family moves into that home, it was completely rehabbed by the members of the YouthBuild program.
Yeah, I had a chance to see that firsthand. And, and again, that's truly remarkable that the young adults are able to get that exposure, to acquire those skills. Because when you talk about the trades and that, I mean, it's coming back. Once we are in full recovery after the pandemic, those are skills that these young people will be able to use to get really good paying jobs. So again, kudos to you and YouthBuild Lake County for what you're doing. That's really great. And you mentioned that one of your legislative priorities is affordable housing, and I am so excited to share that I was a chief co-sponsor on the affordable housing omnibus bill, which passed, and that program has $300 million that we have to disperse to organizations over a period of 3 years, 100 million each year. So that's great.
Exciting.
So I will make sure we work hard and work closely to get some funding, and of course the 30th district.
That's right here in the district, yes.
Right here in the district, my top priority. So yes, great. Thanks for sharing that. Well, I'd like to ask at this point of the show, what are some of your upcoming events that you would like to share?
So our biggest fundraiser of the year is actually tomorrow. We'll be hosting our annual spring benefit tomorrow in Lincolnshire. That is the largest private fundraising opportunity that we have for the organization. We are anticipating over 250 guests in attendance. We're very excited. It will have a drive-in theme. So we'll be outdoors, social distanced, but we'll be able to, with the relaxation of some of the pandemic guidelines, with things, kind of coming back to normal a little bit. Very, very excited to see that. We've already raised over $135,000 in sponsorship. Wow. It's been a tremendous outpouring from our supporters and community, and we cannot thank our sponsors enough in that regard. So that is very, very exciting for us. We will have several of our members of this cohort will be attending that event as well. But also our mental toughness. So typically, as I mentioned, we have a spring and a fall mental toughness. But if anyone is watching and knows someone who is low income, in need of the services, whether it's because they are needing a high school diploma, or maybe they graduated, but they're not quite ready for college or doesn't think that college is for them. Maybe they have an interest in trades or an interest in a certificate program like HVAC, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and cooling, or a certified nursing assistant. YouthBuild might be the right fit to help navigate into those opportunities. And we have our next opportunity for enrollment coming up on July 12th. We hold informationals every Monday at 1 o'clock, but the first way to apply or to get information about us is to just visit our website. And that is pretty simple. It's www.youthbuildlakecounty.org. And just inquire or apply, and we'll be able to have somebody reach out. That's the other big thing that's coming up. And again, all of our programs are free, with or without a high school diploma, but just not knowing that next step, 16 to 24-year-olds. And then finally, for those that might want to volunteer, or an employer partner or an employer that might be interested in some entry-level talent with a heart for coaching and mentoring, mock interviews are coming up. July 30th will be the next opportunity to participate in our mock interviews. But then also just being able to reach out. So again, our website is a great way to do that. Just contact us. It goes to an informational email. Let us know that you're interested in volunteering, being an employer partner, or participating in mock interviews, and we'll have the appropriate person to reach out. So those are the kind of the 3 big things that are coming up.
Sure, great. Thanks for sharing and appreciate the information. So in addition to your website, what are some other ways that people can reach you at YouthBuild Lake County?
Yeah, certainly. So again, the website is just the acronym YBLC, youthbuildlakecounty.org. We are located at 2303 Kimball Avenue in North Chicago. For those of you who are from the area, that's the old South School in North Chicago. So we are actually a tenant of District 187 on the corner of 23rd and Kimball. We're open Monday through Friday, so you can certainly schedule time to stop in. Our website does have our phone number. And I think those are probably the best ways to stop in. We are not taking drop-in visitors with COVID restrictions. We are in person, which is great. We spent 2 cohorts completely remote. So to keep our community of young people safe, we are asking that, visitors are incredibly limited. So we want to make sure that we're scheduling that appropriately. If someone is wanting to come in, whether it's for a tour or whether we're doing a lot of our events still virtually at this point.
Great. Well, thank you very much. Well, Tameka, that concludes our interview. Thank you for sharing. Anything else you would like to share as we wrap up?
I will say that, we do have a lot of activity going on social media as well. So certainly visit us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Hopefully we'll be able to see some of our pictures from the event this weekend, as well as some of the great accomplishments from our young adults as they're progressing through their program over the course of this summer. But Senator Johnson, I want to thank you for your support. I not only represent YouthBuild Lake County, but I also, YouthBuild is a part of a greater network. We're part of the Illinois YouthBuild Coalition and YouthBuild USA, which is over 230 affiliates nationwide. But as the president of the Illinois YouthBuild Coalition, thank you for supporting statewide funding that trickles down to the district as well. Yeah. We're very, very grateful for your support and seeing that YouthBuild continues to see funding from the state, because that is incredibly important as our federal funding is expiring this year, and seeing that sustainability to make sure that we're able to continue to serve approximately 75 students this year. It makes a big, big difference. So thank you.
Oh, yes. Oh, you're welcome. It does make a big difference. And I'm just, again, so impressed with the myriad services and programs you have to really build our youth and to really make a difference in our community. And again, I was able to see it firsthand. And again, the young adults, they are thriving, they're doing well. So we're going to do our part to make sure we continue to have the funding at the state level for YouthBuild Lake County. And so I just want to wrap up. I want to thank you again. And before we wrap up, I just want to mention a couple of events that we are hosting in the 30th district. We have a vaccination clinic on Saturday, June 12th from 9 o'clock a.m. until 11 p.m. at the Park City Public Works building located in Park City. And so all of this information is on our website at senatoradrianjohnson.com. We also have our Coffee and Connect that's coming up. It's going to be at Diamond Lake Sports Complex in Mundelein. And then we also have a second vaccination clinic, our mobile vaccination event, and that's going to be at the Vernon Township in Buffalo Grove on June 26th from noon until 3 p.m. So we look forward to seeing all of you. Again, thank you so much, Tameka, for the great work you're doing at YouthBuild Lake County. And please visit their website, support this great organization. And thank you until next time. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.